All right, we're back. We lost connection under a big brick building. Imagine that. If only you guys could have saw what I saw. There were unicorns in there. We found out where they're keeping Bigfoot. Well, we've had that thought before. They wouldn't. Yeah. Civil disobedience. Good start.
I doubt it. The system is so fucking corrupt. Once they get in, there's no such thing as being a good person in that system because it's so corrupt. There's no good cops in a racist system. Don't ever believe that shit. Thinking, nah, fuck that. Ain't no good cops. No, it ain't.
The occupation of cop, but as long as they wear the uniform, they are not good.
Exactly. Because of the
I like
system.
how you worded that. That was actually nice.
Once they wear the uniform, they institutionally protect the systemically racist system.
Exactly, and that's why they are all bastards. All cops are bastards.
I'd hate Mr. Rogers if he wore the uniform.
I have to tell you all this part. I think blocking this entrance is probably a violation of the law. You'll be obstructing their ability to do their job, and it will be active civil disobedience. We haven't organized bailout for you. I have resources, so I will look into it. But they may want to arrest you for standing here because you're technically violating the law. What we're saying is that nobody is going to jail until the men who murdered Marvin go to jail. When we have watch night service tonight, when we do something called keeping watch, we're going to keep watch here tonight. We're going to see if they try to bring anybody to jail. They don't get to bring anybody else to jail until they bring the murderers to jail. Okay, that's our priority as people. And so, I mean, I think there's a legal argument that it's our right, but I'm thinking that this conservative jurisdiction is going to lean toward the latter. And so, this is where we'll be. I want to be clear. I don't run this. They're going to try to blame it on me. You run this. It is probably legal to stand on the side and not block the entrance, so you can watch.
Okay, so it is up to your discretion if you want to stand in the way and block these. But we're going to be standing.
It's a choice now. I mean, we could have a philosophical discussion about it. If they want to enforce this law, but not willing to enforce their probable cause homicide law, and they take you to jail, it may be your show of protest to say, I'm willing to go to jail. That may not be your show of protest. I'm not willing to go to jail because they want to take my law license. I'd rather practice law.
What time is this again?
It'll be at 9 p.m. tonight. I don't recommend nobody going to jail. This should be real peaceful. I just want justice for my brother. So just do the right thing when y'all come tonight. Just come and we're here peacefully.
Any means necessary.
Okay. That's what I want. I'm pretty sure my brother wouldn't want to see anybody in jail. Definitely. I mean, clearly y'all don't want to go to jail. Y'all see what they do. So
I'd rather go to Dallas.
Right. Okay. So we can walk back to the courthouse. Walk over here so y'all
But
can see.
on the other hand, we did want to be inside.
Right. Yeah.
We confusing everybody.
No, I know we didn't want to get inside. We didn't want to get inside.
And real talk, this is a community conversation.
I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah, this is how it works.
I don't want nobody to get hurt either.
This is our leader.
At the same time,
Our leader has suggested no arrest.
Yeah.
She's willing to talk to you about it. And she understands why you would want to get arrested for her brother. But it is her brother. And so I think her reason sort of should prevail. And so that's why I'm like, ooh, here's your
I don't
option.
want y'all to get arrested because I don't want the same thing. That's all I can think of. Somebody gets arrested now, the same thing happening to y'all.
If someone does get arrested, what do you think the bond would be?
I don't know.
I don't know what
I
y'all
don't
got. Y'all got
practice.
some
That's the
money
other
in
thing.
bed.
While you're recording, I don't practice Texas state law. I'm a civil rights attorney, so I'm telling them about their rights under the Fourth Amendment, under the Constitution. I cannot advise any of you concerning these state statutes. These state statutes are supposed to give you the minimal protections which are offered under the Constitution. They often do not. And for Marvin, they certainly didn't. Right now, under the Constitution, they should have made an arrest. They have probable cause to make an arrest for the officers, just like the bus that they're going to bring in later full of prisoners. They should all have probable cause that they committed a crime. That's how they end up, right? So I can talk to you all about the Constitution. They in this courthouse about a year ago, they put me on trial for practicing civil rights law. They tried to put me in jail for 8 years in this courthouse because they said that I was giving people like y'all advice about Texas law, and I'm not a Texas lawyer. I'm a federal civil rights attorney. And so they put me on trial and tried to send me away for 8 years. It's on record. There was a whole trial. Now the judge, a reasonable judge, listened to all the evidence and said, case dismissed before I opened my mouth because it didn't make any sense. The media was there. The media showed up, but when they saw that I got off, they didn't report it. they only was going to report it if I left there in handcuffs. So I don't think they get to put me in handcuffs. However, I can see why somebody might want to do that.
There you go. This money back.
This is it. Nah, ACLU is very active out here. I suggest you join the ACLU chapter. Sis, we should call them to see if they want to help us out.
Yes, call them. They will.
You can call everybody.
I've been arrested.
Call everybody.
One in Louisville, and they think twice, and they won't bail me out twice for non-violent resistance. I stood in the street, stood in front of the jail.
I went to jail in Atlanta for not showing up to jury duty, and I called the ACLU. They bailed me out, and they got the judge
They
pulled
bailed
me.
me out within 2 hours.
I went for jaywalking in a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what happened?
We were talking shit because they were in a bus.
You went to jail for jaywalking.
Jaywalking. This
She like, wait, what? For me?
Anybody else been in
I
the
didn't
jail?
mean to jaywalk in a cul-de-sac, but I don't know.
Anybody else been in jail? Want to tell us about it? I don't want to tell.
Hey, y'all, let's go back to the
Hold on, real
courthouse.
quick. How many people have been into this jail? You don't have to tell us about it. How many people have been into this jail? I'm sorry. If you have never been in this jail, raise your hand. If you have never been in this jail. Okay. If you have never been in a jail, raise your hand. If you've never been in a jail. Right. If you've never been in handcuffs, raise your hand.
The sexy
Never been in
handcuffs
handcuffs.
count?
Never been in handcuffs except for, in the privacy of your bedroom. Raise your hand if you've never been in handcuffs. All right. No more black hands left. We're all out of there. I'm sorry. And raise your hand if you've never had. Raise your hand if you've never had a gun pointed at you by the state police, by the people you pay. If you never had a gun pointed at you. All right. I love that this is the only black person left because we need to make sure that's never true for him. Never ever gets to be true for him. That's why we're here. This is Marvin's homeboy.
All right, let's go back. We're going to be here at 9 p.m.
As a historian, I'm curious about one more thing, if you don't mind. They got 2 stones up there. I don't know what they are. They look like gravestones. And I don't know why they got 2 gravestones by the jail. I have no idea what it is. Y'all want to go check it out? Yeah, I do.
Checking out the gravestones, hoping it's some policemen. Maybe they died while doing an illegal arrest. They went into cardiac arrest. Holy shit, it's windy out here. This grass is fucking lumpy. Oh,
Two
canines.
fucking dogs.
Y'all gonna lose some weight today.
I can't believe
Oh, it's a canine. These are canines.
Oh my God. These are canine pet dogs.
I wonder how many false arrests are
I want to know what this means.
Four.
Where's everybody else? Where's everybody else?
I really got 2 dogs. Killed in Collin County. There's a memorial to him there.
And he worked got 2 dogs.
I know Marvin was killed.
Sorry.
They don't have no memorial stone for him. They put this on top of the hill.
Riley and
They don't have no marker for Marvin. I think the sheriff flagged his hat man. I hope he did for Marvin. I don't know. But I think the sheriff hat man.
When y'all were inside the courthouse, they lowered the courthouse flags now.
They did.
Yeah, while y'all were inside.
Okay, while we were inside, they lowered the flags. I respect that because I want to rip those flags down. So, 2 dogs appeared. Their names were Elo and Riley.
Wow.
And on May 29th of 2015, one dog died. And on September 26th of 2010, the other dog died.
That's when they were born.
Oh no, that's when they were born.
End of watch was
They
March
both died
18th.
in March. Is this? Look at this. This is his death bed.
Today is the...
Oh my God!
This dog has been dead for 2 years. Today is the 2-year death anniversary of Riley. Fucking bitch ass dog.
That's some scary spiritual stuff.
R.I.P. Paw Patrol.
We missed the chance to watch somebody. We're taking somebody to jail. Oh, that's the last one. So, damn, they got the anniversary to the dog's death here. And that's today.
They didn't even bring him flowers for the anniversary. They loved Elo more.
Yeah, they love Riley more than Elo.
Happy anniversary, officer shit puppy. I know they don't get a choice. Fuck the wind. Boy.
I don't know about that. That's what I taxed all the
wow.
Sam the jail dog, loved by all.
10-year-old dog. They don't have the date that he died. He had the year that he died.
Literally. This poor dog.
He died 19 years ago.
They have more.
Speaking of dogs, that one is...
So bad, you got a little doggy out here.
Can I pet the dog?
He's so cute. Oh, not many Chihuahuas are friendly. You're so friendly. I love it.
Alright. We're up to dog pet counter number 2.
A lot of people died in this.
The first and the last.
And they want you all to forget. They want y'all to remember the fucking dog. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They want y'all to remember the dog. And not I know Sam's name. Jail dog.
You missed the first dog. I pet it early on in the stream. Let's see.
I know families who don't have headphones. And I don't mean to shame any families, but I know families who died 2 years ago. They don't have headphones yet. And they were killed by the state. They were killed by they're not here. I know families who don't have headstones yet because they can't afford it. Those are expensive. And our tax dollars are paying for this. This is a marble tombstone. This is an expensive slab of material here.
For a fucking dog.
For a dog.
Because a dog life is more valuable than ours.
It's not. It's not good. They care more about property than people.
I can't. I'm blown away by that. This was not a planned demonstration or conversation. This is a reality that we live in. This is not for TV. They say the revolution will be televised. This is just what we're looking at. And by the way, your response is how you will respond if you lived in a society. If you lived in a society that paid more for headstones for dogs than the loved ones, the people that they kill, if you lived in a society, what would you do about it, I wonder? Because that sounds like something that may have happened in the 1800s, where they gave a tombstone to the dog and ignored the family and locked the family out of the front door and told their lawyer and said they might get violent with their lawyer when he went to go speak with the. They said take your business elsewhere. The people's business. What would you do if you lived in a society like that, where you weren't really free? Like,
What can we do?
well, you showed up. That's a start. I don't think we should allow them to put anybody else in that jail
I
until
don't
they
think
fix it.
so either. If we stand on the side, they just gonna run right past us.
My dog is in the car. I love my dog. I love my neighbor more.
So we should have told them jail support or just in case something happens. So protect anybody touches me.
All right. There you have it, folks. Justice.
I'm gonna figure out who's a part of the jail support out here.
If I can say something real quick, long term, wasn't planning on saying anything. I don't work in law. I'm just a regular guy that loves my people and loves people in general. If you think about we're trying to fight outside the system, we also have to fight inside the system. If you think about how we've been mentally programmed, a lot of us, including myself, have been taught, you see that jury summons, to run away from it. So it's not just the police, it's the all-white jury. We've been letting them get away time after time after time. Start understanding the system. The attorneys, they get a chance to dismiss jurors at their pleasure. If 5 black jurors show up, it's easy to get rid of those 5 and another all-white jury. What happens if all 100 black jurors show up? It becomes very obvious that it's racial if more of us show up. So long-term, think about it. When you get that jury summons, look forward to it. Because we need you to be in that jury to make sure justice is served. Not only for these police, but when our people are on trial unjustly. Aren't you tired of seeing all these people exonerated after 20 years in prison for something they didn't do?
More than tired.
We hear about district attorney misconduct. The way to fight that and not waste 20 years is for us to be in those juries. That's one little thing I'd ask you guys to do.
Infiltrate the system.
Infiltrate the system and be part of it. If you read Assata Shakur's book,
They infiltrate us.
he was put on trial many times. And when there was a black juror, it was a mistrial or not guilty, and they had to move on. When she finally got wrongfully convicted, was the one time she had an all-white jury. Again, it's not saying all white people are bad. We know like a lot, too many of them, 70+ million of them are okay with the system the way that it is. The 80+ million need to be in that jury room moving forward.
Yes, sir. System.
And dismantle it.
Yes. Dismantle that shit. What was your name?
Antoine.
That's my AUC brother. AUC, right?
AUC, that's right. Good man.
And we're headed back. We'll be back tonight at 9.
Unfortunately. Not anymore though.
Not anymore either.
And I was like, I don't know, criminal life is not the life for me. I like my career. Now the problem is I'm still black, even when I don't commit crime, I'm still black.
Marvin Scott today! Marvin Scott today! Marvin Scott today!
Well, you talked about it. I take it back. I told you I couldn't
You can feel the phone buzzing in the ear, yeah. It's a customer from a job that's been calling me. They called me twice at the start of the protest. I told them I'd call them back. That's like the third time they tried to call me.
No, please! Marvin Scott today! Marvin Scott today! Marvin Scott today! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice!
When you need a massage chair right now. Bro, I left massage chair. This is about bubble truck. They have questions about our product that apparently can't be answered on the fucking website. When you need a bubble truck right fucking now. My children need to consume the bubbles.
Where?
I don't know about that.
I'm in Minnesota. I'll smoke outside. I have to take you outside. If you don't mind, I have to take you. You all don't know this place? Okay, that's what they do. This dispatch time. We don't want violence. we have to get knocked to do what we're allowed. Okay? Don't let this man begin to tell. This is one of those people that we've been asking. Why does he get to speak to him? He's been asking. We've been following him up. This match is.
He's great, but that was not
Say that.
Hello?
I don't want. Yeah. Okay, please. But just understand.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Attention, y'all. We are here for a peaceful protest, okay? There shouldn't be no breakage in the doors and looting and all that kind of thing that goes with this. I am Marvin Scott, the third mother. And this is Quentin, his brother, is our lawyer, sister, father, and Elijah, his nephew, Phyllis, the aunt, Nana, cousin, Nene, cousin. Did I leave anybody out? In Raleigh, where's the baby?
He's over here.
With his auntie.
All right.
That's the family.
This has to be very spiritual for me. I lost my son, and it's very, very, very emotional, okay? I don't want anybody to get hurt, anybody to get tear gas or anything. The purpose of this, my daughter is leading this. The purpose of this protest is peace, and we just want the 7 officers' names, right? And we want them to be arrested. Right. You know, that's what this is about. So it's okay to knock and everything, but I don't want anybody to get hurt. Lord knows I don't want anybody to get hurt, tear gas or anything. We can construct this very peacefully. Very peacefully. You know, my son would want peace. He's all about fairness. And I think that we'll get the answer, but it just has to be peaceful. Like, really, really peaceful. And nobody wants to get hurt or locked up, right? We don't.
We absolutely don't want to get hurt or locked up. To be very clear, and this is what we've been saying the entire time, of course. We absolutely don't want anyone to get hurt or go to jail.
Right.
In fact, we've considered blocking those doors so that no one else gets hurt or has to go to this jail where people have died. And so our purpose here is to use our bodies to disrupt injustice.
Yes.
Now we want to do that in a way that that's sustainable. We can all get arrested tonight. Then what happens? We all got to pay more money to this facility for them to hurt and kill people. What we actually want is for them to give us that. And if you all follow me, I was just asking people who work here if they could do their job. Give us the names. Make the arrest. And we're thinking as a community about how to do that. A pastor has showed up from this community. He is a part of this community. He's a taxpayer here. And he said that he was able to get a meeting with the sheriff. We've been knocking, calling. I have Skinner's personal cell. I haven't been able to talk to him. He was able to speak with him.
And here, if we have peace, the number 3 guy will come out now. But my job as a pastor is unity, period.
Can I say this? Peace is not the absence of tension.
Understand?
It is the presence of that's why it's not a debate. I'm not debating. I'm agreeing with you. I want peace. And peace is not the absence of tension. That's not what that is. Peace is the presence of justice. So if they want peace, give us peace. This mother, stop. This mother does not have peace because the men who murdered her son are still free. That is not, so there is no peace. I'm sorry, they can't come out the doors to a peaceful crowd. You know why? There is no peace. This mother doesn't have peace. Their peace, to them, their peace is the volume being low. Right. Right? Yeah. And we can give them a low volume. What they're asking for is a low volume. Tell them to be more specific with their request.
But we got to start.
We can keep up. I understand that. I'm not fighting with the idea. We are saying the exact same things. I know it. Your generation taught it.
Absolutely.
And I love God.
58, absolutely.
I love God. I love my mother. I love my children. You all taught it to me. But they kept telling y'all that peace was silence, and peace is not
No, it's
silence.
not. That's why I'm here. That's
You
why I'm
know
going
that.
to see him.
You learned that. You told us to be honest. That's
see
why it's not an argument. They told you they wanted peace, and to them that meant silence.
So you have connections with someone you can talk to?
I'm gonna bring him out here right now.
Okay.
And tell them we also want
He
peace.
may not be able to give you all your answers. He's gonna hear you.
Well, looks like we might get the number 3 guy out here shortly.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm his boy.
Yeah.
But let me have Anthony come out and at least he's the only minority officer on the force. He's a friend of mine. He goes to my church. My son works for me.
Okay.
But let me at least start somewhere.
We want to start. We're here for a start.
This is peaceful.
I've already talked to Greg Willis right now. He's not hear what I'm saying.
No, I've talked to him too. I've talked to all these guys, and they told me they weren't making an arrest. No.
I'm gonna call that customer while they're doing that. So be patient, guys.
But they've advocated.
All right. They are now bringing out the only black officer on the force. To come speak as a representative of the force.
Sometimes I can be like a dog, but I won't like. If you let me get close to you, I just appear scared.
Officer Token, yep.
And I have a loud voice, but I just appear scared. The dog will never like.
Jump in your arms, so I can tell you.
Yeah. Did they send the black sheriff? Yeah. Did they send the black sheriff? They sent the black sheriff.
I asked for him. I asked for him.
Okay.
I asked.
Where's the sheriff at?
I'm going to see him.
Why is he coming to see us? It's legit.
You have to come in.
We can tell them the side. Like, I'm not trying to
No peace! No justice! No peace!
I've never been a part of a protest in my life. I have. You know, let me finish. I've never been a part of a protest in my life. I run a protest, so no one's ever been hurt. Ever. Check the record.
That's all I know.
Check the record. That's never happened.
This is a friend of mine. The reason he's here, he goes to a church.
What church is that?
New Life Community Church. He goes to the church.
On what?
His son is right there. I know. And I remember when your pastor was bothered. Come back to me. Yeah.
And that he. I'm sorry. He has been.
It's his brother.
If you don't mind, because they hired me to speak for them, but they're perfectly competent to speak for themselves, and you can speak directly to them. But now we get into some legalities. The reason we're here is because you know what happened. Correct. And there's 7 suspects. Those 7 suspects should have been arrested today. And this is why I tell you that, because I know I talked to the sheriff earlier, and he said, well, I don't think I can arrest them because the Rangers are responsible, right? But when Jordan Edwards was killed in Dallas County, the sheriff's office arrested Roy Oliver, it took them 3 days. 3 days later, they arrested Roy Oliver. They were capable of doing it because they chose to. When both of them was murdered in Dallas, it was a white woman. Her name was
Amber Geiger.
5 days, and she was arrested on probable cause. Probable cause of a crime. The sheriff, who's a good sheriff, and he knows that he used to be a constitutional lawyer. That's why he hung those half masks, because he has probable cause that what happened in there was a crime. That probable cause should be used not to move not only to move those flags down, but to go to the address, the homes of those men who were part of that crime that resulted in the loss of her son, and put them into this jail. Why are you all putting other people into this jail if you can't put 7 murderers in the jail?
Hey, Mr. Mayor, first of all, I'm going to agree with you. The idea of everybody coming out here and protesting peacefully, and that's legit.
Where everybody else is?
So I'm here.
Let him talk.
So thank you.
Can we start somewhere?
So I appreciate you guys, your time coming out here and talking and protesting peacefully, and that's how you get things resolved. What I will say is that this investigation has been turned over. You were here the other day and you met with the sheriff, you met with the rangers.
Everything I just said.
Yeah, everything you just said. So the whole investigation has been turned over to the rangers.
We're not talking about the investigation. You get
right? I do get that.
Okay.
But it's the rangers right now that are dictating which way this thing goes. And I know what you're trying to say, but everything has been dictated to the rangers at this point.
Yeah.
Correct.
So no,
because and the whole reason the whole reason that is done that way is to make sure that it's an unbiased investigation. So that way, anything that happens is going to be done unbiased.
As a masterpiece officer, you receive a basic training in the Constitution.
Yes.
As have you. Yeah. And I'm talking to you. I wish we could do this in private.
I do too. If we
can if you like. These citizens showed up for an answer to this question. What you said is in part not true under the Constitution. Under the Constitution, I'm gonna give you the Constitution. You are a masterpiece officer, so you understand. I'm not trying to embarrass you here.
No.
But I'm talking to you. No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I get to tell. I get to tell the truth. I
would like to do this though.
Can I please tell the truth just one time?
I would like to get
under
the family.
The Fourth Amendment. No, you're gonna hear. These people want to hear this, and I know that you have something that you want us to do, and we're gonna do that right after I say this one thing. We the people signed the Constitution, constitutional contract. It's the reason we pay you, right? To do your job.
Tax dollars.
Okay? And we expect you to protect. You swore an oath. I swore an oath to protect that Constitution at all costs.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Nope. I'm gonna finish this sentence. I'm gonna finish this one sentence.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish this one statement, and then I'll hear you. I'll go silently with you. Okay? We paid you. You swore an oath to us. You owe us. Everybody here, we're actually upset with you specifically because we are paying your salaries. Don't disassociate to the other people we pay, the Rangers. Okay, I'm talking about you in that uniform. This is very important. It's the one thing I want you to take away from this. And it's not disrespectful. I paid you to uphold the Constitution. You have a constitutional responsibility under the Fourth Amendment. Once probable cause is established, you can't defer. You can't defer that. You can't say, well, let the Rangers figure that out. Let the prosecutor figure that out. Let the PD figure that out. Let somebody else figure it out. It is your responsibility. It's on you.
So, Mr. Mayor, let me explain something to you. I've been serving this community for 35 years, which is more than most of you have
Get
done.
emotional.
Okay? I am going to get emotional. Because I've served in combat, and to have you sit there and question my integrity offends me.
This is about my son.
It is about
Wait. I got something to say. Hey, this is about my son, okay?
It is, absolutely.
This is about my son. If you can help us,
yes, ma'am.
we would really
So,
appreciate
Mr. Mayor,
that.
offer the opportunity for us to go speak over here privately. I would love to do that with you
Can you
right now.
bring somebody that can talk to my lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
About the arrest.
About the arrest.
If we can
That's
step
what we need.
Yes, ma'am. If we can step
You
away.
can make that happen. Let's do
I
it.
can have you talk to somebody, but I can't affect the arrest right now.
Thank you, God.
Come on now.
Don't let nobody tell y'all to calm down, man. Don't let nobody tell y'all to calm down. That's foolish, man. That's foolish. We getting murdered. What the hell? Ain't calming down. Uncle Tom ass nigga. That's an Uncle Tom ass nigga. Fuck you. What the hell? Come on, man. 95 years.
The pastor's working for them.
We got the youth to fight for. What they gonna say when they parents didn't stand up for what was wrong?
Calm up to calm down.
Come on now, upper time ass nigga. Malcolm X told us what was up a long time ago.
Like they don't know what's going on. We in the front, they're like, what are y'all doing? Why y'all protesting? They're like, why y'all
Hey, we need to stay back though. We do need to stay back. I ain't gonna cap it. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you do have the authority. I've seen it done multiple times. And I just made somebody in Georgia. And then they killed somebody in my community. And so I showed up. And you don't have to tell me why you can't. Or you gotta go do it.
May I say something to my husband right quick? Right.
Man, that pastor shouldn't even be down there. He shouldn't even be down there.
I know it's hard to see, but the conversation over there privately is getting heated.
That's an Uncle Tom.
The pastor and the sheriff are being accused of being Uncle Tom type figures.
We'll be back. I need everybody to remain calm.
Okay.
We'll be back and we'll tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
We will remain calm for you. And you can go too, Q. Yeah, go see what's going on with your brother. All right, what did you do? Did he drink his milk?
He's small. That is such a small dog. I didn't know it was possible for dogs to be this small.
He got abandoned.
Who would abandon that?
His name used to be Kilo, supposedly. So that gives you an idea.
Keela.
Chico.
Chico.
My friend found him, and his sister named him Chico. That's why he responds well to it, I guess. Because his syllables in his name.
How long have you had?
Probably close to a year now.
So basically, they are now having a meeting with the sheriff. They will come back out and tell us what transpired in the conversation. But it should be noted that we were not able to get that audience until we made a whole bunch of noise. So while we have a lull in the action, I am going to place a phone call really quick. That's one of the same puppies as earlier, yes. So give me 1 second to place a phone call. I'll be right back. Alright, folks. We have a temporary lull in the action. I will... Ooh, a gimbal. Yeah. You wanna see my gimbal? I'm basically going to get out my charger. I gotta pee. Yep. I'm gonna get out my charger and charge it. Sing and dance. Well, I sing and dance, sing and dance. Monkey? Is that all I am to you? It's a singing machine? Is that it?
How many people you got on your line?
29.
Are they in county?
No, they're all across the nation.
Can they do some information real quick to help us tonight?
I can let you speak, yeah.
Yeah, so can somebody who is smart in this field help us tonight? We are going to block off the intersection of the police bringing in inmates.
Now, before you continue, I should let you know there are likely cops that watch my stream.
Look, I don't care about that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that we need jail support. We're not doing anything violent. We just non-violently resisting. So we're standing our ground until they arrest the 7 people who literally killed Marvin Scott III. They brutally killed this man who had mental health issues. The video has not been released yet. I'm sure when we see this video, we are going to be just as angry and upset at what happened when George Floyd died. Like, I believe the same thing had happened to Marvin Scott III because they put a speck over his head, they tasered him, and they put their knee on his neck in the county jail for being arrested for a joint. Marijuana, how many of y'all smoke? So please, get some information out to us, get ACLU out here, bond support, just in case we get arrested tonight. Like, help us. Let us know what y'all can offer. Don't just watch. Do something, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Can someone clip that so that I can post it on Twitter and Facebook and Woke and all that also? Puppy! Puppy, puppy! Cold puppy. Oh boy, there's a police chopper. Maybe it's a news chopper, I don't know, but there is a helicopter here nonetheless. Protest mom, protest mom. There she is. Their name's not Tom. The dance is a truffle shuffle. I don't know. I refused to do them during the protest because someone's son just died and you're trying to get me to lift my shirt up and jiggle my tits. That just doesn't seem... I don't like just the concept of doing it at protest streams. But I can sing a song about the police, how bad they fucking are. I think that's actually a news chopper. She talked longer than I can clip. You can make a highlight that's about as long as a minute. Yeah, that's a lot of, I think I'm gonna move to the corner, put my back against the wall. Just letting my phone charge. Just letting my phone do its thing. Everyone is feeling the sting of death. Still up there in the clouds. There it is. So anyway, here we are. Here we are. Waiting for them to get from afar. Enemy UAV is on. I'm pretty sure that's a news chopper because it's got a giant 5 on the side. Let me see if I can call that that customer really quick. I guess I'll just call him back after 5. Can you get a Twitter handle people can go to? A link for bail support. So, the guy that knows anything about bail support is currently in a meeting with the sheriff. Yep, no audio because I was making a phone call. That's the way that works. But I will go talk to the lady shortly, see if she can get a Twitter handle. She was asking how many people I had on live. Currently, I can only tell her 30. Woke normally turns out a little more than this, but they will be back tonight at 9. They're going to have a good trouble protest where they will be basically stopping police cars from delivering more prisoners to the jail. I'll be there to see what kind of police brutality they use. And if they do brutalize people, that it's caught on film. So I think we're just playing the waiting game right now. And I don't want to be caught off guard. It's also fucking windy. Leave a child on the loose. Of course I didn't switch over in time. You know what? I think I would.
No, they're free. Oh.
I'll take these.
They're coming
Yo, we can just keep passing it. If we can hit him and we keep passing it. Like, I don't know, they can never do nobody. We just have to be close. We have to be in the middle. And like always just make it hood on, mask on, mask off,
We got some peanut butter crackers from Austin. We got some peanut butter crackers like me. If you smother me in peanut butter, I'm a peanut butter cracker. And if I watched Trump, I'd be as orange as these crackers. You just put one in your mouth and... Yep, I'll eat some peanut crackers. I'm gonna eat another peanut butter cracker. Boy, let me get my delicious tap water that I've put inside of a high quality water. And to answer your question, protest mother, yes, I'll be back at 9. Did you really think you could stop this peanut butter cracker? Look at me, I'm about to eat another cracker. Excellent. Everybody's watching me eat a peanut butter cracker. I only got 3 more, so we gotta make them last. There's something really soothing about eating peanut butter crackers. It's really like I'm a kid again and I want a snack. Or wasn't the best rhyme, but it's one that I had at the time. Why are there still people watching me eat these crackers? I don't know how long this meeting is going to take. Everybody knows that I want a peanut butter cracker.
That's where they come, like, go into jail, like downstairs, you know?
There we go. Now I can see you guys. Oh shit, I just started eating crackers and 55 people started watching. I thought the protest was going to be the best part of this, but apparently it's my peanut butter cracker song. So don't worry, I got 2 more crackers. Unless, of course, you count me. Did I get to fart in the building hallways? No. Look at me, I got another peanut butter cracker. Oh, God. I just spit so many crackers on me. So anyway, how's everyone else today? I have to pee and I haven't eaten yet today. Oh no. Mom is calling. Alright. I told my mom to shut the fuck up. And she was like, shut the fuck up, son. I was like, no, Mom, you shut the fuck up. You just don't know about all these names. She's like, I just don't watch the news. And I'm like, Marvin Scott the third. Wow, okay. I'm cutting that song off right there. Woo. Yep. I just answered the phone like, hi, Mom, I'm at a protest for Marvin Scott III. Who? Marvin Scott III. I don't know that name. That's because you don't keep up with it like I do, Mom. No, I just don't watch the news. Well, it wasn't mainstream. Here's what happened. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, that's why we're out here. Well, if you're busy, you can call me back later. I'll call you back as soon as it's done. The dog has been actively prevented from making its way to me. It's fucking windy and it's cold. I should have brought a jacket, but I didn't think about it. Currently, we are just waiting on the conversation from the sheriff to be over. Your mom got more and more of a Jersey accent throughout your call? Yeah, she was like, oh, I'm calling Boston. Wait, who the fuck is this guy that you're talking about? I'm not a social justice warrior like you. I'm from Jersey, even though I live in Texas, Trades. What's wrong? Oh, there's the customer's phone call. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Had a phone call. Oh. Oh, they're coming out.
We got jail support and ACLU coming out tonight.
I didn't have to ask someone else. The Attorney General. Impact. And when they failed to do what I told them to do in Georgia for murder of Ahmaud, contacted the Attorney General brought it into the prosecutor. Brought it I think Impact can happen. Ooh, I think it will come better for you. I'll try. The officer who came out here, he felt offended by how I spoke to him. And I told him, he said he was an officer for 35 years.
He served this community for 35 years, and he felt the suspect that was not a conversation. And waiting 35 years for right?
Yeah, so he was upset by the conversation, and we just wanted to talk to the sheriff so I could explain to him how the Constitution allows for him to go make these arrests. He felt like there was no authority for him to go make an arrest. I'm an expert in law.
But he's been in here.
I've heard that from sheriffs before, and I told them what I told you all, that it's happened over and over and over again. It happens because probable cause under the Constitution permits him, not only permits, requires him to go make an arrest. He didn't want to hear that from us. And so Officer Carter says that he was going to carry that message back to the sheriff. The sheriff hid in his office. The reason the sheriff hid in the office is because I spoke with him for 50 minutes yesterday and I already explained to him what I had to say. And I prevailed for him with him under the law. And he told me that he just decided not to do it because he doesn't, he wants to help us out. He wants to help us out. That's his opinion. And he plans to help us out by turning over all the evidence as soon as possible. And that's as far as he's willing to go. He's gonna snitch, right? But he's not gonna take action. We need to find someone else who's willing to take action. The Attorney General for the state of Texas is responsible for enforcing the Constitution. His name is Kim Paxton. He's a terrible human being.
He's under indictment.
Right, he's under indictment.
What a terrible
What are you going to do if Kim Paxton refuses to take the case?
I'm gonna take his job.
He's under what? I'm sorry.
He's under federal indictment for corruption.
Nice.
Yeah. We can't have people like Kim Paxton protecting our constitutional rights because he's a constitutional violator. And so if he doesn't make those arrests as soon as possible, I'm going to run against him to take the job.
Yes, we will vote for you.
Lee Merritt. Sorry I'm late.
He's a great lawyer.
He is.
Take his job.
Hey, hold on, not just great. This is Brother Lee Merritt. Y'all need to get on cue. This is Brother Lee Merritt, man. He's been doing it for the cause, man. For real. Thank you, Lee. Yes, sir.
Thank this family for allowing us to stand with them.
Yes,
they have a plan now. We're coming back here at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And we're not letting them put anybody else in that jail.
We got
until they put
ACLU coming out here too.
Now we can cancel that and go back to the lake. I like it better by the lake. So we can cancel that and go to the lake if by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, they have put the men in jail. If those men are in this jail, no need to be here at a half-foul stench. We can go by the lake where it will be safe for us to gather together. That's on them. Okay? Otherwise, I'll see y'all here at 9 o'clock.
We'll be here.
Yeah, bring stuff. It's cold out here. Bring some coffee, some chairs. We're gonna be here for a while.
Starbucks coffee. Caramel frappuccino, extra caramel.
We got you. He said extra caramel. Okay.
Extra caramel. He still got like
I know.
One thing that was mentioned is that the protesters are young. What I observed is when I was coming up, I saw movies about civil rights. I've seen it. They were young when they were protesting.
Right.
What's the difference?
Right.
It's the young people that have the fire in the heart in order to make changes. Older people,
They're gonna sit there.
including me, we look comfortable in our ways. We've been so far so good. It's all right. The young people understand it a little better. We may be a little bit out of touch. Maybe, I'm not sure. But continue to fight and continue to have y'all voice the way it is.
Yes.
Not just this, this incident, it's other incidences, it's gonna be other incidences in the future. Speak up for everybody.
We're gonna continue to stand up.
You got water racks in there? I do. Well, I can't. Oh, there's just the water. You want some of it? You want some of the water?
It's my water. I promise you can.
I knew it was you were rustling.
Yeah.
Sorry, I would ask.
My people earlier were asking if you had a Twitter handle or some other, I guess, bail fund that you could mention that they could talk about, so I could get that info out.
That's what I'm looking for. Is bail fund for. That's why I wanted to get some information.
Well, didn't
on.
Lee say that he had one?
I talked to one lady who's talking to ACLU. So we're gonna try to get most of the people out there tonight for 9 o'clock. If they don't arrest the 7 people that killed Marvin Scott III.
Which they won't.
I know they won't. They couldn't even show their faces today. Little cowards. But I know Lee Merritt is gonna bring what he knows, but I know someone else is gonna try to get ACLU people out here too as well.
Okay. I'll be here.
All right.
Making sure that
Make
they
sure
don't
you get
try and
warm.
run over you.
No, yes. If you could bring some reflective gear, that'd be dope.
Yeah. You'd be surprised at how little I have.
Well, whatever we can get. We'll
I got
take.
the cool Antifa goggles, though.
I love it.
That's
Hey,
it.
I got an Antifa tattoo.
Oh, shit. Let me see that Antifa
I'm
tattoo.
part of Antifa.
Oh, shit. I don't think I can show that on Twitch, actually. Okay, I'm getting banned from Twitch.
Antifa, yeah. Okay.
Don't mess with Texas.
Shout out to Portland, Oregon. My people out there.
Ah, yeah. We had real Portland energy today.
Portland is real.
Yes. Portland's a real place. Not just the mythical Antifa land of make-believe.
How you doing?
I'm alive, so things could be better.
Yeah. Oh man, I never get tired of that. So they went inside. Were you inside with them?
Yeah.
Did they ask people to get out?
So I'll give you the full
give me the
breakdown
rundown
here. Marched from there.
Yeah.
Went inside the courthouse. Saw the lion statue that was representative of Travis drawing the line in the sand. You know, the old Alamo story.
Yes.
Compared it to standing up for civil rights. Then we marched over here. Went into the foyer, asking for the 7 names
of the police officers.
Yes. They said we'd have to speak to the sheriff, so we tried to go next door, but it was locked.
Yes.
So we banged on the windows pretty hard. Then we went back in to that other building. Went downstairs up to the, I guess, booking department. That's about where I lost signal. But started banging on the windows and walls there. Then we came back out, stood on that corner. Then conveniently, we had a pastor that apparently knew the only black sheriff on the force. Then they had their small little conversation. And then here we are.
The names were not provided, yeah? Doesn't seem like it.
The name of the
So they are
correct.
cops.
We still don't know the name of the 7 cops.
And no commitment to arrest.
Well,
For probable cause.
because the investigation is turned over to the Rangers. Lee had a whole conversation about the Fourth Amendment with Sheriff Carter, who, should be noted, was offended at the way Lee talked to him.
Yeah, that's important to know. Lee
It's,
Merritt's a big deal. Hope someone just disturbs that anthill.
We are the anthill. Stephen.
Dude, I would love to be. Just sometimes I dream about what it would be like to be an ant. Just, you know, no thoughts, no vertebrae, just vibes. Just living in a hive.
Well, we have that on film. Stephen said he wants to be an ant. Confirmed. Luckily for you, there's a Facebook group for you. A Facebook group where we all pretend to be ants in a colony.
It's just like, found some food, it's over here, it's over here.
Bring food for Queen. Lift.
Defend. Okay, well, I guess this is wrapping up.
Yeah, we're marching back to the courthouse where we parked.
And they said they're going to be here at 9 p.m. or a.m.?
We'll be back over here at 9 p.m.
Okay.
The objective is to block, unless they arrest the 7 officers,
Yes.
which they won't.
Right.
But the objective will be to stop as many police cars as possible from bringing more people to the jail until the 7 officers are brought to jail. Of course, we may also just be going to the administration building. All right, fuck it. Let's do it. I have not seen one cop today wear a mask. All right, we're screaming Marvin's name at the DMV. Muchas gracias.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Is there a Paxton in the building? There's no Paxton that works here? The wife of Ken Paxton? Can somebody look up what the wife of Ken? Angela Paxton? State senator. She's the state senator. Who is the senator, state senator who? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can we talk to him? We can figure out what
Four.
to do.
Four?
Yes.
4 or 2?
4.
Four.
You're on 2.
No peace! No peace! No peace!
I believe we're supposed to go over here, the Commissioner's Court. That I do on this 30th day of July 2007 present to you this historical commemorative map.
No justice,
administrative services
No
building.
peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
The lady was up here, she already went back.
So this is Commissioner's Court. You want to, what's the role of the Commissioner's Court for? Do you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Do you want to help us out?
People's
Of the role of the Commissioner's Court?
Commissioner's Court funds a body of 5 people, okay? And 4 of the people are set up in precincts geographically, kind of bit up, slice of the pie, 4 areas equally. And then it's overseen by a county judge. So they're kind of like the city council for county government. And then what they do is they fund operations like the courts, district attorney, sheriff's office, tax assessor, county clerk. Those are all separately elected folks. There's 39 elected offices.
They pay the sheriffs.
Well, they pay everybody.
Yeah. Listen, we came to the right place.
Yeah.
Who's in charge here?
Well,
who's the head commissioner?
Daryl.
No, there's no.
Well, there's no head.
It's
There's
equal.
4 or 5, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
one of
5.
them.
They all have a budget.
Susan
Who's over this jail?
Come on.
The jail.
Okay, you know his stuff.
No. What commissioner? Which judge does it fall into? Does it fall into all of their purview?
Yeah.
Okay.
All 5. They're equal.
Okay, so we need to know.
There's 5 votes.
So if they wanted to increase the funding, I'm sure they do, for mental health resources, so that people aren't taking to jail, they're taking to get help, they could do that.
They could suggest it. Now, here's the deal. They could fund it.
Uh-huh.
But an elected official,
Like the sheriff.
or the DI, or district judge, or whatever,
Mhm.
okay, or the tax assessor. They don't have authority to tell them what to do. They have authority over the budget.
Oh, their budget. So if the sheriff said, I need more resources for mental health officers,
He would have to.
he would go to this commissioner and they would have to fund it.
Well, they wouldn't have to, but he'd have to get permission from them.
I'm trying to figure out who's in charge, and the answer is us, by the way.
Well, no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And the deal is you gotta work it, you have to look at it 2 ways, okay? So you have all these independently elected folks,
Mhm.
and like the state district judge. They don't consider them politicians, but they are elected.
Mhm. Yeah, the
And-
state the county judge here, by the way, is who? County judge?
Chris Hill.
Chris Hill, good friend of Paxton's.
Yeah.
Not trying to be messy. They are messy, but that's not my fault.
Yeah,
right?
politics.
Chris, does he have any role in in the budget?
With 5 commissioners. I mean,
So
he's
Chris
a-
works with these
He's a
5?
member, Chris Hill, a member of the Commissioners Court. So 4 commissioners.
So he's over County.
1 county judge. It's the body.
He's the 5th one. Oh,
Yeah,
that
he's
makes
the
sense. Okay.
Okay, so, and you notice that it's an uneven number.
Right.
So.
Who's running for county judge? Somebody has to take that position. I think.
You would be.
You're gonna do it? Perfect.
Yes.
I think we should get you elected as the youngest county judge ever.
I like that.
But he's not like a judge in
I
the
like
court
what
of
you
law.
did.
That's just a title.
He's like the
he's
presiding
more
officer.
he presides over this court.
It's more like a mayor.
He's like the mayor of our money. He's the mayor of our money,
Well, he presides over the Commissioners Court,
which handles the
but the
distribution.
5 votes are all.
Okay,
In
no.
other
Yeah,
words, you see what I'm
he's the
saying?
mayor,
He's
just
not
like the city
supervised.
council.
He's like the chair.
Right.
The mayor was a perfect example. I get it. Mayor's not king.
Right.
Everybody has to answer us anyway. But he is the mayor,
He makes 6
like the mayor,
figures.
over our money.
Holy
And he gets he gets to preside over the group of people also elected the commissioners who determine where our money goes.
Yeah.
And the person who's our voice to speak to them about where we want the money to go is the sheriff.
Now what?
The person who's the voice to speak before this commission to tell them where we want the money to go. Like if we wanted to go towards mental health resources instead of bloody cops. The sheriff would do that.
Well, the sheriff would ask for
They
it.
ask for it. They're our voice.
But it's not like you can't go speak to the Commissioners Court.
We can't, when is the commissioner's court meeting?
Every Monday at 1:30.
Every Monday.
Thank you so much for all this helpful information.
Monday
What's-
at 1
can I
o'clock.
ask you your name?
Yeah, my name's Tim White.
Tim, are you a resident here?
I'm a public information officer. I work.
Oh, that
I
helps.
work here.
That helps. But are you a resident?
In McKinney, I live in McKinney.
Okay, I live in McKinney, so I live around the corner. I'm District 1. You know what District 1?
I think I'm in 3.
District 3. Yeah.
District 3 isn't that right next to it? I'm trying to think.
I don't know the map that well. I live around the corner. I'm on the
It's
other side
carved
of the
up
road.
pretty strange.
Right.
On the website, you'll see it because it's based on density. So like,
You got kids here?
my kids are grown.
How old are they? If you don't mind me asking.
26.
I have I don't know where to start. 11-year-old boy. He's in Taylor Elementary because his mom lives in Plano. But he lives with me here. We're looking for schools, middle schools out here. Do you have any recommendations?
No, my kid went to Allen School.
Okay, Allen's are good schools. They're well endowed. My kid's mom went to Allen High School. They're huge.
Yeah,
And their football team is pretty good. And everybody wants me to send my kids there because my kids are big like me. They're like, yeah, you should send them out there.
Well,
Football
you know,
team.
one high school for 100,000
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Your daughter, 26, does she live out here?
No, my son.
Do you know what happened? Do you know why we're here?
Yeah, I pretty could figure it out.
You're the public information officer, so you know in detail what happened.
No, I don't know in detail.
I'm going to tell you 4 things about it so as not to waste your time, but it's important. This is what the sheriff told us. Okay?
Just now? Today? Or
He told us yesterday.
Okay.
That's his sister, Marvin Scott's sister. His mother?
He's on outside.
Her name is Lachey. Her brother was taken into custody. He was suffering from schizophrenia. So I was asking about resources for people suffering from mental health issues because I shouldn't say he was a schizophrenic. He suffered with schizophrenia. He had the diagnosis, right? He had been arrested before, and they took him to Haven, which is the mental health resource place where you get help. This time they took him here, right? And he was deteriorating within his cell. And he was by himself. At first he was in general pop, but they saw him deteriorating, so they moved him to cell by himself. And when I say deteriorating, he was engaging in behavior that could be seen like self-injury. Okay? So they had a responsibility to go in there, and you know they have a duty to keep him safe, right? So they went in there to keep him safe, but the problem is they rolled in the bed and they held him down. This is what they told us. I'm not making this up. I haven't seen the tape, so I can't say for sure, but this is what was told. They held him down on it, and they strapped all of his limbs down, but he got one arm free. Okay? And with that one arm, this is mom, she can tell you the story too, and I'm very sensitive to telling the story around her because it's still raw. This happened this Sunday, right? So he got one arm free, and they wanted to get him down, so they climbed on top of him, on top of that bed, and put a knee on him. Now we've seen this before. When you apply pressure to the knee on body, it's going to restrict your ability to breathe. So he's saying, "Get off of me! It hurts. I can't breathe." This is what the other inmates are saying, they try to get him to shut up by doing a pain compliance move, lifting his head up by his neck and pushing backwards. It's an illegal move, and that's why they told me that they did it, because they knew that would be an important part of the case. And so he's back, and he's still screaming. He's now starting to spit, so they pepper spray him. So now he's on this table, strapped completely down, one person on top of him, another jamming his hand in his throat, somebody else pepper spraying him from up top. And pepper spray is gonna make you can't breathe now. And the other inmates in the cell, they said their eyes started to burn from the pepper spray. They were 84 feet away, and their eyes started to burn from the pepper spray. And then they put his spit hood over his head. He died.
And this is my son. And I serve this community as a registered nurse, a hospice nurse. And I know that they give me I save lives. And this is what my family did.
So we pay your salary as well. You're the public information officer. I just gave you some information that's public. Can you tell everybody else that? So people know in McKinney what actually happened.
No, I'm not doing it secondhand. I used to be a newspaper reporter.
That's good. That's a good call. That's a good call.
And that would be irresponsible.
Because what you're quietly doing, and I don't want to accuse you of anything, but what you're quietly doing is accusing me of being irresponsible. Because if it's irresponsible for you, it'll be irresponsible for me to share the information. I would have to get it from my primary source.
Right.
In order for it to be reliable.
Exactly.
Okay? An officer's sworn statement is a primary source. And they swore to his mother. That's what happened. I got it from a primary source. I'm also a sworn officer of the court. I'm a civil rights attorney. I'm barred in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. I'm barred in the federal Northern District of Texas, which is now 6. And I swear that same oath. Lee Maris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I read your name.
Yeah. I look different when I know. So I'm sworn off. You just got it from a primary source. Now, you got it in court. There's 2 levels of hearsay, right? And this is tricky rule. It's under Rule 403 of what it can be considered a credible statement. I'm telling you because I studied law. I studied it well.
I just gave you a statement that would be admissible in court, but you don't have to take my word for it. Because there's a principle at law called it's like primary source. Like if I can tell you what I know, but if you have a video that speaks for itself, you can just invoke that. So as a public information officer, you can also demand on behalf of us, people are paying your salary, that you're trying to be responsible for, and I appreciate you trying to be responsible, that they give you access to that video. Because you have a responsibility as the public information officer, Tim White, that we pay.
For the Commissioner's Court.
Oh, for the Commissioner's Court, okay. All right, well, that's different. Can you tell them that we want some money for mental health resources?
Well,
You're the public information officer, I'm their lawyer.
Exactly. Help us
I'm a
out.
private citizen, and I live around the corner.
So
I'm telling
I'm a political officer?
No, we think you're a public information officer. This is the public.
And do you know what a public information officer does?
Oh, I imagine they provide information to the public. This is my best guess. Okay.
And that's a loose one, but it's a good guess.
Okay.
It's a little more complex than that, you know.
I don't know that it's more complicated than that.
Oh, well, then you want to hear it, or do you care?
You've been educating us the whole time. We would love to hear it.
Okay,
Why?
well.
But you're not going to tell us why your job is not to provide information to the public. You're going to tell us why your job is more complicated than that.
Yeah. Okay. So if the Commissioner's Court had a document that had all of that, it had that.
What kind of document?
Any government-created document.
Would it have to be a document, or could it be a sworn statement? Because a verbal.
They're not a court of law, so it could be a sworn statement given to them, but if it's in their possession and they create it.
So if I or mom.
But you're not letting me finish.
I'm sorry, if I or mom get that statement, then you could read it. If we get you a statement to the public, wherever, tell it on the mountain.
You've got to let me finish.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
No, I'm just saying, if you interrupt, then you get to redirect the direction.
I won't interrupt.
I want you to hear me first.
I want to hear you.
And then.
And I appreciate you being respectful of that request.
Okay, so, because I'll tell you something else on my background. I was a newspaper reporter for 21 years. I don't take secondhand information, third source information. It's going to come from a document, and I want a primary document.
I want you to have it.
Even if you're an officer of the court, okay? If I hear you say in there, but that's beside it, you know that. So the information that I give out is based on government documents that are created by this court and the county department. Okay? It's a civics thing. This is a civics thing. It's not my decision. It's not my rule. It's not my law. But I follow it. And I follow it that way.
Yes, sir.
And that is what's put out there.
By the commissioners.
What's in there by the Commissioner's Court or the county department.
Commissioners of the department.
Sheriff is not a county department. The sheriff is an elected office.
Sure.
Just like the district attorney, like the judges, like I was explaining. But if they had it, that's a public record, I believe so.
You've been very clear in providing information to us. That does clarify it. No matter how many sworn statements I give you, you can't just simply go tell them about it. As long as you're providing us information in your role, can you tell us how to get you to say the truth about what happened to Mark? No, I'm saying I'm saying you just told me that what I just offered to you is not an acceptable in a format that you can convey. It's not a debate. I'm asking you. I accept that because you're the professional. I'm asking you, what is the right way?
Through the court system. Isn't that normally how it
Okay.
works? I mean, you're an attorney.
Yeah. There's several levels of court. The state court, federal court, there's county court. I assume you're referring to the county court, correct? So Monday at 1:30 is what you're trying to say.
The Commissioner's Court is not a court of law. You do know that.
No, I get it. Yeah,
Okay.
you said
So
you said through the court system. So you mean this court?
Justice court system.
The justice court?
Okay, you're mixing two things. Commissioner's Court, City Council, not a court of law. I'm talking about the justice system. The justice system that you work in.
You mean you couldn't say that to be true until a jury determined it?
No.
What justice? You're saying the justice system?
You're asking me, as a public information officer,
yes,
of the Commissioner's Court, which is not a court of law,
right? And I'm asking,
which cannot. Well, let me finish. Okay. So you're asking me to present that for you.
No, I'm not.
No. Well, let me finish that. Well, you're asking me to. You say, why aren't you presenting this for us?
No, I said how. I didn't say why.
Well,
and it seems like you're asking-
said the court system, which I'm sorry, I meant the criminal court system or the civil court system. Either the county court of law, the JPs, the state district courts, whatever that system is, a system that I've covered with outside of this county before I came here for years.
And
that's where I got my sources of information, because officers of the court filed in there, they were held accountable for it. It was done there. Nothing's tried here.
Yeah, no, there's something, there's a reason for the judges, and I get it. We have to take out the historical context.
Well,
of
can I
judges.
advise this?
Absolutely.
Because as citizens, you're allowed to A, come to the commissioner's court, and B, present your information there if you want. But I'm just trying to be realistic and honest with you by saying that they have no jurisdiction over the sheriff's office or the DA or the state district court.
And that's why.
But if you wanted to do that, you could.
Monday 1:30. And that's the reason I asked you the questions that we started the conversation with as I was getting to know you. You said, nah, they can't do anything regarding that except the money stream. And if the sheriff or the people came before them on Monday at 1:30 to tell them where we wanted the money to go, like towards mental health resources, then they would take that under consideration.
Well, I'm sure they would. They certainly hear you out. We have public comments every time.
Perfect.
That's for people to do that.
I'm eventually trying to get it back around to you in your position, public information officer. And so, when they hear people, do they ever relate to you what people said, or does it ever change into?
It's all over the court. We all hear it. It's videotaped.
No. I don't mean relate to you. Your job is occasionally to present information to the public.
Government records.
Government records. So we need a government record. We need our request to become a government record. Now I'm going to ask you how again. How does this particular request to get mental health resources
if you came before them and you presented it to them, your opinion, this is what we want. They're going to take that down. It's recorded. It's kept in minutes. It's recorded in
government
video. It goes down. That becomes a record
government
of the commissioner's court.
That's something that could come to you. That's okay. I can get it to you that way if it becomes part of the government record.
You don't have to get it to me. If you do it there, it immediately becomes the government record. You can make it. I can make it available to you in seconds. You can get it on the web.
No, I'm not trying to get my words back to me. I'm trying to get my words to the public.
Okay, it would be there to the public if it video streams for free on the. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
I'm going to say it, and so far you provided a very clear answer, and I want to make my questions as clear. Eventually, all of us want to see you talking about it through your role as a public information officer, and I'm trying to find a route. Hold on. Because you're the public information officer.
We want to know if it means something to more than just us, and what is your job?
Absolutely.
I mean, we have things on the road.
Absolutely. To get government records to the people of Collin County so they know what's going on. Sure. And we're saying the Governor Abbott said there was a mental health crisis.
But you just said you wanted me to talk about that.
No, I'm trying to clarify now. Okay. Governor Abbott said there's a mental health crisis in the state of Texas. Really good, right? And one of the ramifications of that mental health crisis is people are dying in jail. And if they could just get more resources to places that can get them help as opposed to helping them death, then we can save lives. And so we're thinking as the public, we're like, oh man, I was in one of the buildings that we paid for. I ran into a public information officer who was super nice, super well informed, super smart. And he told us how he could amplify the request that we deal with this specific problem that the governor has even identified.
No, amplify is the wrong term. I was just going, you can speak to your elected representatives right here on public, and it is immediately a public record. Do you understand?
Yeah, but you have a job. You have a role in it.
I do have a job, and if you need those government records, I will give them to you.
Do you help us get government records?
But do you want my opinion?
That's what you've been trying to say.
No, you answered I missed that. I missed that the whole time.
You, but I understand.
I missed that the entire time. You were saying to me that if there was a public record that I was looking for, you could help me get it.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Now I know. I wasted a lot of time and frustrated you for no reason.
No, you didn't frustrate me. It's just you're headed in a direction, and I didn't understand.
I appreciate it now. If there is a governmental record.
What I did. Let me give you a short thing. Okay. People come through a record. They're looking for a public record created here, or they're looking for a public record in the auditor's office, or county clerk, or wherever in those departments. Okay. And that goes everywhere from marriage licenses, right? Birth certificates, right. Violence statistics. It goes to, actually it doesn't cover court cases because the courts are exempt from interest law. But I'm a compliance officer. But let me finish.
Oh, no. I just thought of something really exciting. I think I get it now. The Collin County Court sued me for the practice of civil rights law in December of 2019.
Who sued you?
The Texas State Bar.
Okay.
The unauthorized practice of law. They didn't sue me. It was a criminal matter.
That is a QR code for what?
For a link tree with more information how to help. So like the Facebook page, and soon we'll have a campaign or letter campaign, which is like similar to a petition.
Okay. Someone clip that QR code.
No. There was a trial for me.
What court was it in?
I don't remember the name of the judge, but it was in criminal court. It was a criminal.
Well, you go right to the courthouse. You can look up your case if you were the defendant, and then you go to the district clerk and you hold it up. Yeah, that is public.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't part of my job. That's the courts. So if you look at regular government, right? There's legislative, judicial, executive branches, right? That's an executive branch.
Okay.
All right. There is no legislative branch on a county level. So the judicial branch is right over here with the courts. And so there are that. You have an auditor here that's independent of all of us. You have a purchasing agent. So in other words, the point of it is that's on record. I'm sure it's there. Unless a judge seals it, you're an attorney. You would know. But if a judge seals it, you're not going to get it.
So you would have on record if the sheriff has ever asked for more money for mental health resources, you would have it. Yeah. So that's something you would have on record. That's something I certainly want to know. If our sheriff, who is aware of this crisis that we're in, has ever asked the commissioners or requested from the commissioners more funding to deal with this mental health crisis.
Sure.
Okay. Can you write that for us?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you got a card.
Yeah.
Here. Well, we need to make
All right, Mr. White.
And I'm here all the time, office right down there.
Very nice to meet you. We'll be back.
And we'll just let me know or give me a call. I'll direct you where I can. Just understand, I'm going to do it within the bounds of my job.
No, I absolutely expect that. We're operating within the bounds of our authority.
Okay.
So
this is the mother. Just so you know this stuff.
We'll be here tonight. I'm studying criminal justice now, so.
Monica Ayers, leader of finance and budget. Monica Ayers. Yeah, I'm all right with that name. Is that the person?
Yeah, they said Monica Ayers, the director of the Budget and Finance Department, provides the policy, recs, and such.
Budget and Finance. And her last name is?
A-R-R-I-S. Monica is spelled with a K. Because white people need to be different.
yeah.
It's 4:15.
I do. I handle them all.
I must admit, it's the ugliest Teresa I've ever seen.
Teresa took off.
She didn't want to handle your brother.
Teresa decided the GTFO.
As soon as she saw this, she
did. She wasn't ready for the tea.
That may be an act. Mine is an act.
She wasn't ready for Lee Merritt.
He's able to handle the rest. Fill this out, click it, and it goes straight.
What you doing? What you doing? Laid out. You chilling. I want to be like you again.
Your shoes are just today.
So that was a long conversation.
You're related to Marvin? Once we're outside, I work with black-owned people in Dallas.
I thought I'd have a better avenue to move forward.
Yeah.
Now I'm just kind of awkwardly standing here.
Okay, let's move right
Yeah. Can I repeat the part of the stuff where they said all the things? He's the public information officer and can make documents about the commissioner's court known. That's basically the entire conversation. He's the guy to go to when we want to get government documents put to the public. Do they have a clear process to get the footage? No. From what I got from the conversation, that still has to be released by the sheriff, the officers, whichever.
Well, it could technically be by DPS, because now, as far as I understand, Texas DPS, the Department of Safety, is investigating.
It's the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, well, they're part of DPS.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Rangers, the troopers, they're all a part of Texas DPS. And so if they're investigating, you would have to probably get it from them, because it's probably out of the sheriff's hands now.
Well,
Yeah, I definitely want to go to
they like to say everything is out of our hands.
Yeah.
Take the elevator up and the stairs back down. That's right. That's right. We are going to town.
Oh, I'm a journalist, so
Goodbye, signal. Except for those peanut butter crackers. I gotta go get some food, take care of work, and then I gotta be back at 9.
Coming tonight too.
Nice. You can text me. I write for
You look like Megan Cotton.
Muchas gracias.
Hugh, can you take me skating on one of your off days?
Generally, we coordinate media from my office.
Yeah, so I don't want to put you in a hot spot.
I got you on film agreeing to it. You can't deny it at this point.
No justice.
No peace.
No. I respect you for that.
And here we have a shipment of invisible horses.
Did you hear that, people? Did you hear that?
All right, let's finish our walk.
All right, we're heading back. We're almost through. After everything that we've accomplished, though, it's kind of cool that we did all these things. Plays Goodbye Horses for Chin. What the fuck is Goodbye Horses? Goodbye horses, I loved you so. Yeah, goodbye horses, hate to see you go. Goodbye horses, don't you know I love you, those are my feelings though. So goodbye horses, yeah, goodbye horses. Yeah, goodbye equines, four-legged beasts, the things every human wants to ride in a sexual way. Never mind non-sexual way. I forget that I'm normal. Something, something, fuck a horse. I have seen Cannibal. I have not seen Cannibal. No horses, no peace. No cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. Yeah, no cock like horse cock. $1973. I got like 3 hours to get an adequate meal in. What do you guys think I should eat?
Come on. Bring a blanket. It's nice out. I don't know, but we're working on ACLU coming up tonight, so nobody.
What's happening Sunday?
I think protest.
Where?
I think somewhere in Allen.
Is it posted in any groups?
I'm not for sure.
No peace! No peace! Marvin Scott stay! Marvin Scott stay! No peace! No peace!
They're called terrorists.
Okay. My square donors, Yemeni, my mom is
Yeah, don't go to Salt Bay's new place. I can't afford Salt Bay's restaurant.
yeah. There's my
$10 for a goddamn Sprite.
be like that. He was never around, so he'd be like that. You don't get the right to be a father. Get called a father. So she's fine with the boat. Gotta go to the store. Maybe stronger, so.
It's sad that it's such a norm, but it's not. It's still, for some people it's so normal, but to be so...
Well, I hear these
No justice! No peace! No justice! No justice! Say his name! Say louder! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Say her name! Say her name! Say it louder! Say his name! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
Go you! Go you! Oh, since you gave me a name, I'm gonna give you a name. You look like a Darius. A Darius! You like that one? We didn't call you Renee. Alright, it don't get that. He said you lied. He said Megan or Ashley. I can go with Ashley. You like me? I can go with Ashley. Okay. Oh, your name's Ashley?
I think that's it.
Okay, Sharon Park's over here. Okay, girl. I like it.
Yep, we're just kind of splitting off. No official end. Got a bunch of bubble stuff in here. All right. Okay. So, that was that, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Got pretty intense there for a moment. But it remained peaceful. I will be back at 9 here in about, I'll be back in about 4 hours. You don't understand the words in chat. Stimmy. Cheers. Maybe a dono another time. All right, Trickster. Yeah, stimmy is slang for stimulus check, but... Thanks, everyone, for being here. We will be back out at 9. I don't know how long that one's going to last. But the protest at 9 will be a little more interesting because they will be actively trying to block police vehicles from delivering new people to the jail. And... Yep. If you do the quesalupa, you want a review. Stimulus check. We need a vibe check. No, the vibe check is these lips. Oh yeah, vibe check that. Oh, goodbye, everybody. Oh yeah.